So we are a couple of weeks away from South by Southwest, which is undoubtedly one of the best experiences you can have if you're a lover of film, music, and just about like anything that is innovative. This is one of those festivals that this will actually be, I believe, my fourth time attending South by Southwest, and I never get enough of it. Every year I discover new things. I am always there to explore and just be like a sponge and see what I can find, right? And this year, of course, like we focus on film and all of that every year, but I love to go to the music showcases, see what's going on with the talks. They just announced Steven Spielberg as one of the people that's going to be talking. That's going to be hell to get into, but I'm going to try, y'all. But I am going to give you some of the films that I am most looking forward to. And if you're attending South by Southwest, you might want to put these on your radar or look more into them because these are definitely your go-to. So let's get on with it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Psycho Killer tonight. Let's see what that's all about. Hopefully it's a good one. Fingers crossed. But let's talk about South by Southwest, the lineup, and what movies I'm most excited for. So I'm not going to give you the full lineup. I think I already did a video where I discussed some of those already. You can check out those lives. We could do a full breakdown of every movie as well a week before South by Southwest and my thoughts on them. Stay tuned. But these are the most anticipated. So let's get on with it. So the first one on here is going to be Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. So Ready or Not 2, Here I Come is directed by Radio Silence. You have in this film starring Samara Weaving, Catherine Newton, Sarah Michelle Gellar. You also have David Cronenberg and Elijah Wood, amongst others. And this is a movie that I was like, we did not need this movie, y'all. We really did not need this movie. Am I happy we got it? Yes. Did we need it? No. Am I watching it? Yes. I'm going to be sad at the Paramount Theater, fingers crossed, and seeing this movie and just having a blast with it because the trailer just looks like a blast. It says, moments after surviving an all-out attack from the Ladomas family, Grace discovers she's reached the next level of the nightmarish game, and this time with her estranged sister Faith at her side. Grace has one chance to survive, keep her sister alive, and claim the high seat of the council that controls the world. 4 rival families are hunting her for the throne, and whoever wins rules it all. So a Game of Thrones of sorts, you say. Well, nonetheless, this movie looks really fun. I really did enjoy the 2 trailers we already received for it. I was surprised we have David Cronenberg in this, so of course I'm going to watch it just based solely on that. Elijah Wood's always a good time. We'll be happy with this one. So Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Let me know what you think about that one. Next one on my list is a midnighter called Never After Dark. I really love this still that we have for this. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I definitely do want to watch this just because of this still. It's something with me. I see stills, they look interesting, I'm there. This is a midnighter, so of course it's horror. Let's read what it's about. A wandering medium, Ari, spends her life guiding restless spirits out of the world of the living. Summoned to an isolated country house, she comes face to face with a grotesque apparition with powers that defy Ari's experience. As she digs deeper into the house's past, a secret comes to light, and Ari finds herself hunted by a far more unpredictable force. For the first time, her greatest adversary is not the supernatural, but the living. So very, very curious about this film and what it's going to bring. I am always interested in like exorcism, spirits, films. Like those are always my go-to for horror movies. So this just checks all the boxes for me and I'm definitely watching this one. The next one on my list is a film called Sender. This was one of those movies. I saw this still. I was like, yes. I saw the cast and I was like, hell yes, I'm there. The premise already just sounds interesting. It is a no-brainer for me. Julia was fired 3 weeks ago. She also got sober 3 weeks ago. She's starting over in a suburban rental and doing a lot of online shopping to help make the space her own fast. When packages she didn't order start showing up at her door, a blender, a corkscrew, her signature shade of lipstick, they feel so unnervingly tied to her past that it starts to feel like someone is watching her. The shopping site smirk denies responsibility, but increasingly paranoid, Julia tumbles down a rabbit hole to find the identity of her anonymous sender. A really stacked cast here: Britt Lauer, Rhea Seehorn, Jamie Lee Curtis. You also have David Dastmalchian in this movie. And, you know, that's a pretty good cast right there already. I'm excited. Let's see what it's going to give us. The next film is going to be Obsession, and yes, I've already watched Obsession at TIFF, and I think I want to watch it again if I get the opportunity to, because it's one of those movies you want to watch with a full audience. It's such a fun movie, like I cannot stress this enough. Curry Barker's new film, we just got 2 teaser trailers for it. I think that's enough. Don't show us any more of the movie, I promise you. Go into this not knowing anything. You are going to have an absolute blast with it. It is such a fun, grotesque still horror film that I think a lot of people are going to have at the top of their top 10. Curry Barker definitely is on a roll, and I'm excited to see this. Michael Johnson in this, Inda Navarrete. Really great cast, really amazing practical effects, incredible sound design as well. This is a movie you want to watch on the big screen. And if you watch it anywhere at South by Southwest with the insane crowds that they pull into those theaters, it is going to be a fun. Next one will be Hokum, which stars Adam Scott. I saw the trailer for this, like the first, I believe, 30 seconds, took it off. I said, that's enough. I'm watching this movie. This looks creepy. It looks great. I don't want to know anything else about it. The director who did Oddity, Damien McCarthy, is incredible, I feel, at really building tension and really pulling those scares from you, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do with Hokum here. For Hokum, it says, when novelist Ohm Bauman retreats to a remote inn to scatter his parents' ashes, he is consumed by tales of a witch haunting the honeymoon suite. Disturbing visions and a shocking disappearance forces him to confront dark corners of his past. So, I'm there, I'm seated, cannot wait. Next one on my list is Leviticus, which actually premiered at Sundance this year, and it was part of the midnight slate there. This is now in the festival favorites in South by Southwest, because some festivals now do that where they play some of the movies that did very well at festivals on their slate. And I believe Neon acquired this, so it's going to be having a release date, hopefully I think in the summer. This one, I've heard so many great things, and I'm excited for it. Let's read what it's about. Leviticus is the story of Naim and Ryan, two teenage boys living in a conservative Christian community in regional Victoria. When their attraction to each other is identified by the local pastor, the pair are subjected to a disturbing conversion ritual which unknowingly releases a violent entity that terrorizes the town. As Naim and Ryan attempt to survive the bigotry of their fellow town members, they must also defend themselves against the unleashed spiritual being that takes the form of the things the boys desire the most, each other. So that sounds incredible to me. I'm excited about this. Cannot wait. I believe it's an Australian horror film, so very, very excited for that. Next one on my list is going to be the film 15. 15 is also part of the Midnighter release slate for South by Southwest, so a lot of these are going to be horror films. That's usually what I gravitate towards. Maybe we'll find some other ones that aren't horror in there. I mean, look at the background behind me. Buddy. Buddy's a horror film from Sundance as well that I'm super excited. It might probably be my most anticipated movie at South by Southwest. That's why I chose it to be as the background. But let's read about 15. Set in Mexico City, 15 reimagines the iconic quinceañera as a chaotic mix of comedy and creature horror. Through Maite and Ligia's unbreakable bond, the film explores class divide, the illusions of adolescence, and the fears of growing up, wrapped in quiche aesthetics, blood-soaked humor, and biting social critique. So to me, that sounds like all the making of a great creature feature. Let's get on with the one I was talking just to you right now, and that is going to be Buddy, directed by Casper Kelly. Casper Kelly, of course, behind Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, the Scooby-Doo Project, just recently also Fun Size, one of the VHS segments on VHS Halloween. So this is all that it reads for Buddy. A brave girl and her friends must escape a kids' television show. That's pretty much it, y'all. Pretty great cast as well here. You have Kristen Milioti, you have Delaney Quinn, Topher Grace, Keegan-Michael Key. You also have Michael Shannon and Patton Oswalt. So it's a pretty interesting cast. Very excited for this one right here. Next one on the list is going to be the film DreamQuil. This is a film that says, set in the not so distant future when poor air quality leads to people living mostly virtual lives, Carol is a dissatisfied career mother struggling to find connection within her marriage to Gary and her child. With the day-to-day familiarity of their home and lives feeling increasingly claustrophobic and worried she could be heading towards the divorce, Carol leaves at the chance to get her life back on track by signing up for DreamQuil, an avant-garde digital wellness retreat. When Carol returns home, however, she discovers her family has been living with Carol too, a robot the corporation sent designed to help in her absence, and things take a mysterious and sinister turn. This has a pretty great cast that consists of Elizabeth Banks, John C. Reilly, Juliette Lewis, Sofia Boutella, Catherine Newton, and I'm always excited to see these people. I think they are tremendous actors. I don't think we've had a film with all of them together, so I'm very, very curious about this one. Next up is the film They Will Kill You. We already have a trailer for this, and it's interesting because this film feels very similar to Ready or Not 2, but it also feels very different from it as well, starring Zazie Beetz. Let's read what this one's about. They Will Kill You unleashes a blood-soaked, high-octane horror action comedy in which a young woman must survive the night at the Virgil, a demonic cult's mysterious and twisted death trap of a lair, before becoming their next offering in a uniquely brazen big screen battle of epic kills and wickedly dark humor. So we'll see. Looks pretty fun from the trailer. The next film is actually the opening night film, and that is going to be I Love Boosters. This is a new film from Bootsy Riley starring Keke Palmer. Let's read what it's about. A crew of professional shoplifters take aim at a cutthroat fashion maven. It's like community service. This movie also stars Naomi Ackie, Taylor Page, Isa Gonzalez, Lakeith Stanfield, Will Poulter, Demi Moore, Poppy Liu. So it's a pretty stacked cast. I'm excited. I cannot wait. This is the opening night film, but I believe they'll be showcasing it again one more time. So hopefully I have an opportunity to watch this. The next film on my list is going to be the film Impostors, another Midnighter, and this movie actually stars Jessica Roth. You also have Charlie Barnet, Yul Vasquez, and let's read what this movie is about. It says, after a couple's baby boy is taken, the desperate mother learns of a way to bring him back. However, her husband begins to suspect that what she returned with isn't their son. So that got me interested right away. Also, Jessica is really great at these horror films. If you know Happy Death Day, you know Happy Death Day. So I'm very excited to see what this one's going to be about. And another surprise, another Midnighter. This one's called Monitor. Let's read what it's about. Maggie works as a content moderator for ViewQ Moderation Services, spending her days filtering the internet's darkest content, driven by guilt over her sister's suicide. When Maggie blocks a cryptic video uploaded by an anonymous user, she and her team begin to be hunted by an insidious entity that haunts them through every screen in their lives. Now, this actually has a cast that consists of Brittany O'Grady, Taz Skylar, Vivia Carla. I really did like Brittany O'Grady in now I lost my train of thought. The Body, It's What's Inside, which was that Body Switch movie that was at, I believe, Sundance a couple of years ago. Very, very excited to see this movie now, because I always like these movies that sort of take place with content moderation. That's why I'm very excited for Faces of Death. And to a degree, I did enjoy American Sweatshop as well. But the last movie on my list, and certainly not the least movie, is Pretty Lethal. This is the new Uma Thurman film. Let's read what this one's about. An action-packed thriller where 5 ballerinas stranded in a remote forest take shelter at an unsettling roadside inn. They must weaponize years of brutal training, turning grace, discipline, and even pointe shoes into tools for survival. This film also stars Iris Apatow, Lana Condor, Millicent Simmons, Avantika, Maddie Ziegler, and of course Uma Thurman. This looks very interesting, and honestly I'm excited. A lot of these movies have this chaotic feel at South by Southwest, and I think this one really encompasses that. But such an amazing lineup, so many films. Will I get to all of them? Hopefully. Do I usually get to all of my picks? No, it's really just the name of the game with film festivals. It's you go, you bend, you do whatever you need to do to try and fit your schedule around, because these are just the films. There's also the musical showcases. There's also the pop-ups, the events, the innovative events, the speakers, just whatever you see up and coming as well. Sometimes there's Q&As after, there's Q&As during. It's just crazy. It's hectic. It's fun. It's one of the most incredible times. And if you're a lover of film, music, or just innovation, you definitely have to go to South by Southwest at least once. I'll be making a tutorial on how to survive South by Southwest and make sure that you get to all your screenings and stuff and things you should know. Stay tuned for that video a week before. That way it's fresh in your mind, but it's always something I wanted to do. I'll be doing it for other film festivals as well, so very, very excited for that. But anyways, as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Which movies are you most looking forward to? Which are you not? What do you think the closing night film is? I don't believe there's a closing night film. I thought it was going to be Project Hail Mary. I now believe it could be Disclosure Day since Steven Spielberg's speaking there. We'll see. We don't know. But hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. 50,000 subscribers. Let's get to it. I'll see y'all next time. Stay safe. Stay positive.